Hi, and welcome to the Lillian McMorris Show. I'm Lillian McMorris, and we thank you so much for joining us. We intend on highlighting individuals in our community that are making a difference, talking about events and programs within our community, as well as giving you information that you can utilize. We want to make sure that you know what is going on, what is happening. You can always go to our website at www.lillianmcmorrisshow.com and see some of the shows that we have done here in Southern Nevada. But right now, we're going to talk a little bit about the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. And I have two individuals that are guests on today's show. I'm going to talk a little bit about things that are going on in our community, some changes that have happened, various councils that have been established, and how our officers are getting out in the community for outreach. So our first guest is Captain William Scott. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tbe so much for being here.
Glad to be here.
We appreciate you. How long have you been on the force?
24 years.
And how long a captain?
Captain just over a year.
So you still new, you still treading the water,
yeah,
huh?
Still trying to figure my way out around here.
Well, you're doing a pretty good job so far.
You.
I understand that you want to make some changes as far as police presence within the community.
Yes, I do.
Let's talk about your changes that you want to make.
Well, you know, I'm one of those preventative policing. My philosophy on policing is preventative policing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so many times we always react to things that happen. We always do, you know, that proactive police work to crimes that have already happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those preventative policing philosophers, I guess, where I look at, let's try to prevent crime from happening and individuals from committing crimes way before they even think about committing a crime.
Okay.
That way, you start getting that mindset in, and then after generation, prevention of crime, I think, could actually happen, and then you'll see that paradigm shift of folks committing crime to people starting to reduce crime and prevent themselves or others from doing crime.
Well, one of the things that I've noticed is you've increased community outreach.
Yes. You know, a lot of my peers before me have started a lot of this community outreach.
Mm-hmm.
I was fortunate enough to come into an area command that has initiatives that were already in place, Safe Village Initiative that is in existence, the Keene Initiative, which is keeping every eye on the neighborhood. Some of those initiatives are in place, and it's every bureau commander's responsibility to increase those initiatives when they come to the area command.
Okay.
So I'm just continuing work that my predecessors have already started.
What is the demographics of Bolden Area Command?
The demographics of Bolden Area Command is predominantly Hispanic and African American.
Okay. What do you find that's the highest, I don't know, I don't want to say crime or rate of what's going on? What's going on in that community?
You know, when you look, as we transitioned out of 2014 into 15, you know, we had a staggering number of homicides in that area. We had 20 homicides. Bolden Area Command is only 19 square miles. Mm-hmm. So to have 20 homicides within a year is staggering. Mm-hmm. You know, we hope to improve on that. That's why we do initiatives and do these events with the community. Number one, to show the community that we definitely care about them, and not a false sense of caring, that they truly believe
that you truly care about, right?
Because if you have that fake facade that's on you saying, oh, you're just doing this because you want us to think that you care, people are not going to buy into that. They can see right through that. Mm-hmm. So as we transition into 2015 to 16, I don't want to see 20 murders happen again, because that's not only 20 individuals that lost their lives, that's 20 family members who have lost a loved one. That's somebody who lost a brother or sister.
Right.
And to me, that is unacceptable.
Yeah, and not only that, it also affects the family of the person who committed the crime.
Exactly.
So, I mean, the sad thing about it, they were wrong, but it affects their families still.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
You have one initiative that I really want to talk about is Diversion Court.
Diversion, right. You know, I've always been a big, strong proponent, like I said, of prevention. I think Diversion Court is the way to start getting these wraparound services for juveniles to prevent them from getting into a life of crime, because it offers, you know, mentorship for these young offenders. The only thing that I didn't like about Diversion Court is that the kid had to have either a citation or be involved in the actual criminal justice
Which
system.
means they've already done something wrong.
Exactly.
Right.
And to me, that was unacceptable. So what I did was I partnered with the Clark County School District, their Trial by Peers program. They've agreed to have a referral component of Trial by Peers, which offers parents who come to us so many times to say, my kid is in need of help. Help me, before my kid gets into trouble. And we're responsible for doing that. If I have a parent that comes to me and says, my daughter is starting to hang out with men that are older than she is, you know, my son is starting to maybe dabbling in some narcotics activity,
Gang
marijuana,
activity.
some gang activity, it's incumbent on me as a police officer to ensure that I get them the services needed. And trial by peers and diversion court is a way to get those kids these necessary services that they need.
Now, how does a parent reach out to you for that? Because you see your kids' homework or whether their notebook and they've got gang stuff on it. You see your daughter going out looking a lot different than she ordinarily would, and has the mouth and won't come home. And so how would we contact you? It's not like you can pick up the phone and call the main number. So what do we do?
Right. Well, if your kid, let me start backwards here.
Okay.
If your kid has already been in the juvenile justice system, I would implore you to actually seek out to diversion court when your kid goes to court and talks to the judge. Make sure that you as a parent or guardian ask the judge about diversion court.
Okay.
Number one, so they can start getting these assistance, and then that actually clears those kids' records as they enter into adulthood. For this trial by peers component, we're in the infancy stages of this. We're getting opinion from the Clark County District Attorney's Office to see how we could have a little bit more teeth to it, because we don't want this to be a babysitting for parents who say, okay, I could take my kid to this referral component for 2 hours. I can go off and do what I want. So as that information and as we kind of hone in on this this program, I'll make sure that you get the information so that you have available on your website.
Okay, that sounds good. There's quite a few areas, the Uri Bolden area command, and I'll have other captains come on from various area commands. But one thing that I've noticed, not only in Bolden, but and it's up Spring Mountain area, various councils that are being put together to represent the demographics of that area. Yours is 19 miles. You have a council that's been put together, of which I'm vice chair of or co-chair of, that we want to, what are the interests? What are the things that are going on in the community that can be addressed through those people? Let's talk about the councils first, because there's one really active in the Asian Council, I believe.
The Asians have an Asian Advisory Council, and I started thinking, especially when I went to one of those meetings, it was just staggering that the information that community had to share with the sheriff, their concerns, coming to the table to talk to the sheriff, being the voice for the community. And I wanted to make sure that we had a voice and an ear at the sheriff's office as well. And not just being me as a bureau commander going in and talking to the sheriff. I wanted to make sure that you had a variety of community individuals who love their community, who had some interest in making sure that they propel their community and those individuals in the community to a higher level, and making sure that they could articulately talk to the sheriff about some of those issues. So, we established a sheriff's African American Advisory Council. That council meets once a month, as you know. We'll meet with the sheriff probably once a quarter, which is every 3 months, and we'll come to him and talk to him about some real issues that are affecting the African American community. It's not just going to be a council that's established to talk about, my grandson or my son got a citation. Can you help me get rid of it?
This is the bigger picture.
It's the bigger picture.
Yeah.
We need to talk about, upward mobility within the police department. How can we have a diverse executive staff that represents our workforce, not only the workforce, but actually the demographics of the community. Talk to some real issues about policing, how we actually police minority communities is another component of it that is very important, because so often we think that minority communities are treated the same as other communities. In my 24 years, I could tell you that that's not true. Sometimes minority communities are treated differently than other communities. And I want to make sure that, our communities and our workforce treats the community equally and have a equal balance of community relations and law enforcement.
And I think that's so important, community relations and law enforcement, but the training thereof. You're kind of changing the mindset of individuals saying, okay, yes, you are in a minority community, you're a non-minority, but you have to understand as to what's going on within that community, not come with that tone of voice and attitude and all that use of force, unnecessary use of force. I understand you have to do what you have to do. And I understand your training says use that different tone of voice to command respect. I understand all of that, but we have to put some humility in that when you're speaking. Hispanic and African American community.
We so often we police with an iron fist sometimes instead of policing with empathy. and we have to have empathy for the community. A lot of times we take an oath to protect the weak from the strong, and I take that very seriously. You know, my son just graduated the police academy not too long ago, and he's working at my area command, and it's, you know, it's a great honor to have him working at the area command that I'm overseeing. But what I try to talk to him about, and I try to talk to every man and woman that comes through the doors of Bolden Area Command, is I talk to them about race. And they get a little nervous, saying, "Oh my gosh, here's this African-American captain getting ready to talk to us about race."
Right.
And it's predominantly a minority community, but I don't talk to them about the ethnicity part of race. Right. I talk to them about respect.
Respect, how to treat another being.
How to treat another being, another human being, not only within the confines of Bolden Area Command, but as we branch out into the community, talk to them about accountability, about holding yourself accountable for your actions.
Right.
And have the courage enough to go out and police the way that you know we're supposed to be policing the community. Right. Because we're civil servants, and then strive for excellence in everything that you do.
Because that iron fist won't work when you're striving for excellence.
Right.
That's right. Exactly. We're talking to Captain William Scott from the Bolden Area Command of Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. I'm going to give you a website as well as a phone number for more information. As a matter of fact, I have two websites. The police, LVMPD.com or protectacity.com. You'll see both of them on the screen. And for more information, you can also give them a call at 702-828-4083. That's 828-4083 for more information on the police within our community. We're going to take a little break and we're going to come back, and I've got another representative from Metro, and we're going to talk about events and programs that are pulling people together within our community. We'll be right back. "10 Golden Keys to Effective Networking." This book is designed to strengthen your networking techniques. It is an ebook for instant download. Go to LillianMcMorris.com. That's 10 Golden Keys for Effective Networking. Support the Richard Steele Foundation, giving Southern Nevada youth and families the strong foundation they need to thrive. A Steele Foundation. The Legal Aid Center of Southern Nevada can help you with legal matters. They have a self-help center, so please visit them. If you need representation, it is provided free at the Legal Aid Center of Southern Nevada. And welcome back. As we're talking about the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, we're making sure that you understand that we're in the community. And a lot of it goes, even with my key, we're in the community for the community. And that's exactly what we're doing. I'd like to welcome Officer Regina Coward-Holman. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. We talked about this a long time ago, and we just never had the opportunity to sit down.
Yes.
I love what you do. You want to give us our audience a kind of a brief synopsis as to what Officer Regina does?
I do community events. I make sure that the community and the police meet, and I do those events. We call them 106 events. That's the zip code for 89106 where I work. And so the events that I do are geared toward the community, where the community can see the police in a different light.
Okay. Now, this is very personal to you, actually, isn't it?
It is. I grew up in that community, and actually, I'm fortunate enough to work one block away from where I grew up. So everybody doesn't
That's
get that
almost scary, huh?
It is scary. Who would ever thought?
I know.
But in order to come back to that community to work and to service them, then I know what the need is, and it's up to me to meet the need and do the best that I can for that community.
What is the importance, and I'm going to get into the 106 events, and we'll talk about some other things that you have planned, but what is the importance of your job and the people who work with you getting into the community?
Huge. It's paramount. We have no option. We have to be as transparent as we can with the community. And in order to regain the trust of the community, you have to show yourself approachable. And you have to go the extra mile, not 1 mile, but 2, in order then to get respect. The community is open and they're willing. You just have to make those steps to make sure you bridge that gap.
Okay. I noticed the captain said earlier, you're taught to rule basically with iron fist.
Yes.
But then when you get out in the community, if you utilize that iron fist as every way you do, you're going to lose.
Right. The iron fist doesn't always work.
Okay.
Because we can't put everybody in jail. We don't have the space for it.
True.
But if you go out and you interact with people and you start relationships and you do things with the youth in order to bridge that gap, because when they normally see us, they don't see us in a positive light.
True.
Unfortunately.
They see that uniform
Right.
immediately, and the questions, negativity,
Yes.
even a bit of fear.
It totally does. And when they normally see us, we're coming into their homes, taking one of their parents or someone they know to jail. So we don't have the best track record when it comes to our youth. So doing these other events and going out in the community, engaging with them, they see us at a different angle.
Okay, let's talk about the 106 events.
Why?
Number one, why?
Why? It's a must.
Okay.
That is an area that is, if you will, just covered with violence and a lot of underprivileged kids and people live in that area. And they
Both
wouldn't-
Hispanic and African American,
Yes, definitely.
primarily, and there are some Euro Americans, but I
Yeah,
know the
there is.
percentage is low. But that area, and I'm sure you've seen it
Yes.
over the past 24 years. You've been with them.
25.
25
Yes.
years. Ooh, the rest 25
Right.
years. You've seen the demographic change
I
within
have.
that 19-mile radius.
Being a native from there, when I grew up there, I grew up in Gerson Park. It was all predominantly African American, and then to see now that there's different shades of brown coming in, so it's definitely a big diverse,
Right.
Diverse population there. So
Because I was going, took a donation or something to a elderly lady who lived in the 40 block not too long ago.
That's right.
And I was very surprised. I mean, I don't go over there that often, so I'm looking and there's little Hispanic children, little African American children, little
yeah.
Euro American children. I'm going, wow, this is great.
Definitely changed.
Yeah.
It has changed.
Yeah, I went to speak. Matter of fact, I have to go back to the elementary school that is there. Can't think of it. Got lost my mind. But I was there talking to the kids, and you see them running through the halls, and you go, "Geez, this is great."
Yeah.
Booker Elementary.
Things have changed so drastically, and with the change, you have to be able to keep up.
True.
You know, we have to do events that cater to our Hispanics as well as just African Americans. It's important that we make sure that that whole community is one, that we don't segregate them and separate them, but we bring them together.
Bring them together.
That's
now,
important.
you've adopted the Doolittle Center.
I totally have. Doolittle is, they're very easy to work with for us. They're very police friendly and they're very accommodating. If I go in and say, this is what I need, they make sure it happens.
I noticed that because I work with the senior center there.
Yes.
And all you have to do is say, this is what I want to do. And they're just right there. I mean, they're so willing.
They go out of their way to make sure that the kids in this community have a place to go. And they have to worry. They don't have to worry
I love
about
the programs there.
Yeah. If you can just go one place that you can actually walk, then kids can and parents can show up.
Right.
So that's why
and I love the redo. They've just upgraded it so good. Now you've got a big, I guess I had a question about why is there back to school fair in July?
Back to school fair in July.
It seems like we just got out of school.
You know what? It's true. But we do it in July because it's before everyone else gets theirs done.
Okay.
So it separates us because we can go first.
Okay.
And we do a whole fair with all the vendors and the resources and the free lunch and the bus program.
Everything's there. All the
everything is one
information.
roof.
Wow.
One roof. And if you do that event early enough, then the parent will know then these are the things I need to get in addition.
Okay.
And
Gotcha.
they don't have to get everything at one time because now we get a little bit here, a little bit later.
Right.
It's just kind of like planning ahead and just getting things step by step done.
Right. Let's step back a little bit. Spring is coming. Easter's
Spring
coming.
is coming.
And you have a huge Easter egg hunt that's going to happen.
We totally do. We don't have an exact date yet, but we know that it's going to be in the month of March, right before the end of the latter part of March.
Okay.
And it's going to be either at the Pearson Center or probably Doolittle, because that's where we predominantly do our events at. And it's going to be for the whole community at large. And it's super exciting. Growing up, we never got a chance to see an Easter bunny. But we bring a chocolate bunny to the Easter bunny.
I love
and that's
it.
important.
That is important.
It's important.
That is important. So we'll make sure we'll put that on the website or put that on to make sure that we have the date.
Yes.
And which location you choose.
Yes.
Okay. Now you're involved in. Are there any other 106 events that you want to discuss?
Well,
with us?
we do a huge Santa in the 106 that we do, and that's like event that we've adopted every year. We bring the police helicopter to Doolittle.
Oh,
And when-
that's right.
and when the-
I didn't want to talk about Christmas stuff, but go
I
ahead.
know,
Go ahead.
I know.
That's
But you
good.
know what?
That's good.
I have another one.
No, we can talk about it. We can do the other one too. Go ahead.
That is so important. When the kids see that police helicopter, we're normally looking for a suspect.
Exactly.
So
and they're running and hiding.
They're running and hiding, hollering police. So to have the kids come out and they get a chance to actually see Santa come down in a helicopter, they get a chance to see Santa one-on-one and give a wish list. That's important.
It is.
Yeah.
It is
You know?
indeed. It is. So we look forward to that in December. You make sure you
we
let me know
totally
because I want to come help him down, help the Santa Claus
definitely
down.
do.
That's
But
right.
you know, one of the things I want to talk about
Okay.
is we do an event with George Wallace that we've done for the last 2 years called Comedy in 106.
Okay.
That was one of our second events that we did in our 106 series because it combines the community with laughter with the police.
Okay.
And George
Comedy
Wallace
in the
was
106.
Comedy
Love
in
it.
106 was so much fun. We've done it for 2 years with George Wallace, and you know we're going to plan for our third year to get it done. And he said this is something that everybody can relate to is laughter.
That's true.
Everybody needs to laugh.
Forget the negativity.
Yes,
Is laugh. Just
it is.
laugh.
Yes.
That's so neat. Do you know when you're going to do that?
We don't know for sure, but know that
Okay.
event will be coming up as well.
But you know what? Let's talk about and it's funny because you think of police, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, the sheriffs, all that. You don't think of immediate gratification. You don't think of what our kids are going to go to, like Facebook
Right.
and Twitter
Right.
and Instagram and
Right.
Snapchat. Well, you don't think of those things, but you guys are all over it.
We had to. I work with a very, very young team.
Okay.
And when they came in, when the guy says, "Hey, we don't have a Facebook," like, I have my own personal Facebook. I don't have time to man that. He says, "You got to have that." So the first thing he did was he created our Facebook for Bolden Area Command. So it's under Las Vegas Metro Police Department /
Bolden area.
Bolden Area Command.
Okay.
And so, you know, all of our events, we post them there. We post the pictures of things that we do so the community can keep up with what we're
Now,
doing.
is that where we can find the calendar, for instance, for the Easter egg hunt, the back to school affair, the helicopter event for
Yes.
Christmas time?
All those events will be posted on our Facebook.
Okay.
Yes.
What are some of the other things we're going to find there?
Pictures of our past events that we've done. We did a block party that we did where we actually allowed the community to come out and do a dunk a cop.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So we took the plunge. You know, in order that if you want to really be transparent with the community,
be a part
you
of,
have to do events like that. And we had a lot of officers climb in the dunk tank and take the plunge.
Okay.
And you know, the kids just come up and it's like, "I can dunk a cop."
I can dunk a cop.
Oh, I want to dunk a cop. And it was just not even in a mean spirit. It was actually more
Having
fun.
fun.
It was fun. Yeah,
You know,
it really
I
was.
noticed that too. We had a lot of officer presence at the Dr. Martin Luther King, the after event, in, I want to say Nucleus Plaza,
Edmond Town Center. Yes.
John Edmonds Town Center. You know, it's the same guy. He's just doing so much in our community still, and we're really proud of that. But, they were, like a couple of them were walking around. They weren't in uniform, just in a t-shirt, just grungy, what have you, just walking through, talking to everybody. And it was amazing. I had one I saw, he was playing with some of it and he twisted his knee.
Yeah. Yeah,
He
he's still
literally
off.
had to call the ambulance. He was
Yes.
so angry, but you know, he was out there doing what he did.
He's still off.
Yeah.
He's recovering slowly.
He's recovering slowly. He wasn't happy about that, but the
No,
thing was
no.
he was there
Right.
and in the community and doing things with the people in our community. But that presence, it was so, there was no tension. There wasn't like, ooh, the police are here. Ooh, it wasn't anything like that.
Well, if you're going to work Bolden Area Command, I don't care what your race is, you have to know that you predominantly service a Hispanic Black population. And if you're going to mix and mingle with them, you're going to have to let your guards down. You have to say hello. You have to smile. You have to extend a hand. Those are the things that the community expects from us, and they should accept nothing less.
Right. So you have, let's see, we're going to give some information. How about that?
Yes.
We already spoke of Facebook. It's pretty long. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department / Bolden Area Command.
Yes.
Correct? Okay.
Yes.
Twitter account, do you know what that's under?
I don't know our Twitter
Okay,
account.
I know we do have Twitter,
Yes.
we have Instagram, and as well as Snapchat.
Right.
And we can go to the website, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, at LVMPD.com.
Yes.
And that'll give all the information. Now, do you work with, like people within the community? I know you work with the Doolittle and who others that, but what about like other organizations that want you to come out as a presence? Can they just contact you to find out?
Yes. I make myself very available to the community at
Okay,
large.
so we leave a message on Facebook perhaps?
Do
or
so.
what?
We
Okay.
check it every day.
See, you said, if you're going to put it up there, you're going to man it. Huh?
They check it every day.
Yeah, they check it every day. Thank you so much.
Thank
we
you for
appreciate
having me.
you. We appreciate you. Again, their Facebook account is Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department Bolden /
Yes.
Bolden Area Command. We'd like to thank Officer Regina Coward-Holman for joining us this afternoon. Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. They've got it all. Go to the website at LVMPD.com. Again, we'd like to thank our guests on this show. They've been very informative and enlightened, and I just want to say we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. The Lillian McMorris Show is produced by Tego and Associates Productions. Multi-camera shoots either in our studio or on location. That's Tego and Associates Productions. Give us a call at 702-509-7728. We want to thank you so much for joining us right here on the Lillian McMorris Show. We try very, very hard to reach various people in the community. One thing I want to say, if you have a nonprofit organization, if you know someone who's making a difference within our community, if you're making a difference, if you have a program that is going to happen in the future, in the near future, give us a call or go to our website. The telephone number is 888-812-5455. That's 888-812-5455. Or you can always go to the website and leave a message, and that is LillianMcMorrisShow.com. That's Lillian McMorris Show, that little extra S in there, show.com. You can also view past segments and past shows on that website. We also have Facebook, and you can either go to Lillian McMorris Show or Your Resource on Facebook. So we're very electronically inclined, and we want to be able to give back to our community. But the only way we can give back to you is you let us know what is going on, who you want to highlight, someone that made a difference, someone that they did that you want to say, okay, we thank you. This is what you do. We want to invite you to come on. Let's talk about that person and see what they're doing and see what they have given back to various organizations or individuals within the community. It's very simple. Give us a call, leave a message on Facebook, leave a message on the website. We'd like to thank our sponsors they make sure we're here. They make sure we can give back to you. And that is Paragon Gaming, the Sands Corporation, Tego and Associates, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Tego and Associates. Not only do they produce my show, but there's various shows, if you go to their website, that you'll find out that we're all involved in to make sure that we're giving back to the community in various arenas. And Tego and Associates does that. And we also want to thank Old School 105.7. And I do the inspirational moment. So every morning at 6 a.m., you will hear This is Your Inspirational Moment with Lillian McMorris. And it kind of starts the day, every day. So we want to thank them for giving us the opportunity to come on their station on a daily basis and give something positive to start the day. But that's what we're all about. I'm Lillian McMorris, and we hope you're having a great day, because we always have one. And we'll talk to you next time.